This is Eleanor and Franklin, published in 1984 by the Franklin Library. This is a book about Eleanor Roosevelt and Franklin Roosevelt, the cousins who were also man and wife, who were also president and first lady. This book is bound in this red leather, which doesn't look too bad. It's got quite a rough feeling to it. It's not a type of leather I'm used to feeling on books, and I'm not sure why that is, but it's got an interesting texture. The front cover has this gilded design that's embossed into the cover, which doesn't look bad at all. The spine here doesn't look as red as the covers because it must have faded from sun wear, but it is supposed to be red and not this orange color. So as you can see, we have the title, Eleanor and Franklin, and the author's name, Joseph P. Lash. With these fake spine hubs, of course, as always on these books. And the back cover is the exact same design as the front. The page edges are gilded, I guess, but they look very silver. They don't look gold to me at all. It's not a very good job at gilding if it is meant to be gold, but if it's meant to be silver, then I guess they did all right. The headbands are this red and yellow color, which fits nice with the book. We do have these end papers here that look marbled, although unfortunately they are printed. If you look at a still of this and a side-by-side comparison with this, you'll see that these are the exact same sheets. They didn't even bother to rotate them or something to try to trick you into believing that they are marbled. They still look quite nice, even though they're not actual marbled paper. They're printed on this nice thick cardstock, so they hold up pretty well. The book of the paper itself is your standard hardcover paper. It's not the most impressive, but this is a very long book. It goes up to almost 800 pages, 750, so it does need paper that's a little thinner. And it doesn't feel bad at all, although it is somewhat acidic because you can see that the pages are slightly beginning to yellow. Here's the title page right here, Eleanor and Franklin, Joseph P. Lash. This won a Pulitzer Prize for a biography. We do have two tones of ink. We have this red ink mixed in there, which looks pretty nice. Here's a family tree of the Roosevelts, of course, which does contain both husband and wife, which people always find a little off-putting. I guess it was the 1930s, 1920s, so make of that what you will. Now that we're into the actual book, let's see what else is inside the pages. Looks like they do include images in here. Of course, I missed. There it is. An invitation to Eleanor's parents to attend the patriarch's ball. So they must have reproduced images in here to show you different important things in the Roosevelts' lives. My fault. Oh, here we go. There's quite a few photographs in this book. This is young Eleanor and Franklin. That's pretty interesting to see a picture of them, because usually you only see them together during his presidency whenever you see pictures of them online. I must say this book lays open very nicely. If I turn back here, you'll see that the pages are laying flat with no issues at all, which is pretty nice, especially for a book of this size. It would be very difficult to read if the pages were trying to fight you and close all the time. It looks like we don't see that red ink much within the book at all, which is a shame. One thing I did forget to mention is that we have this red silk bookmark, which has a nice look to it, although it's a bit thinner than Franklin Library's other books that have the silk bookmarks included. Here's another group of pictures that I'll go through quickly. And within the rest of the book, there's not much else to see. And of course, the same printed end papers at the back, but they do have a nice feeling to them. And they're printed on this nice thick cardstock, so it's not the worst. That's all for this book. It's not one of the better Franklin Library leather-bound books, although it is bound in actual leather, which is a huge step above their plain hardcover books. So overall, it's not a bad book. It has a very niche subject. You would have to be interested in reading 750 pages about a former president and his wife. But if you do find that interesting, this is probably the best edition that you can get of this book. That's all. Thank you very much.